Hello there, Taurus. Taurus, your February video goes this way. So, Taurus, we're talking about you guys allowing something to finally be. So, for some of you, allowing something to be may be you allowing somebody to be who they are and accepting them for that. Or this could be talking about you finally accepting yourself for who you are and for the way that you choose to do things or handle things. It also feels like, Taurus, there's going to be an opportunity for you to kind of look in the mirror. So when I say look in the mirror, that is going to speak about you looking at your reflection, seeing things about yourself that you're going to want to change, trying to allow yourself to take another step up, take a different level, take a different opportunity or a chance in something. It also feels like, Taurus, there's definitely ways that you're going to be able to demonstrate certain things in your life, meaning that you're going to finally accept who you are and accept what your choices and decisions are. Some of you may be dealing with same-sex relationships. Some of you may be trying to find a way to allow yourselves to be in a situation or in, again, a relationship that maybe other people aren't accepting of. Tauruses are also going to be trying to find a new method of transportation coming up in February. Excuse me one second. This method of transportation, it feels like you're wanting to either purchase a new car, you may be doing something with traveling or bus tickets or something of that nature. There also may be something that has to do with allowing something to come in. So when I keep saying about transportation or traveling or things of that nature, this is definitely talking about you giving something the freedom, the permission, or allowing, again, like I said, something to come in. It also feels like, Taurus, for the month of February, you're going to finally realize something about maybe your partner or maybe even about yourself. This feels like you pretty much contemplating a lot of different or hoping for, expecting something different to come about. But I don't understand, if you're not going to put some type of work in, how you're not going to be able to see the example of that. Now, what comes up next? Let me hold on one second while I drain my pasta. What comes up next for Taurus, besides talking about that? Taurus, I feel like you guys have been under the gun with something, and what that means is you've definitely been trying to push yourself to make a decision or to do something that you're not really wanting to do. When I say that, when that talks about doing something that you're really not wanting to do or being under the gun, it simply talks about, again, not wanting, you're not comfortable in doing something. Somebody trying to make you, Taurus, do something you're not ready to do. Is somebody trying to make you get engaged or get married or have a baby or move in with them, or somebody trying to make you do something that you're just not ready to do? Because that's what it feels like to me. It definitely feels like somebody is trying to make you do something that you're not ready to do. And if that is true, then you need to ask yourself the question on what it is that you do want to do, or what would make you ready for that situation. Somebody's definitely not doing something around you, Taurus, because that's why you're not able to make that decision with them. That's why you're not able to give them what they're wanting, because they're not doing what they're expected to do. Okay? And that's what it feels like. Somebody's not doing what they're expected to do, so therefore you're not ready to give this person what it is that they're looking for. And that's pretty much what I can say. It feels like you're needing to put things together. You're needing to blend things better. Something needs to be blended. So whatever that means for you, Taurus, something that has been trying to work independently, somebody who's been trying to live their life as if they're single, is trying to now incorporate something or trying to blend a situation. Maybe you're trying to blend families together. Maybe you and your partner both have children and you're trying to find a way to blend this family, trying to find a way to create something more family-like. But I feel like you're struggling with something, or somebody is opposed to this. And it could be both of your ex-partners, maybe even for some of you. For some of you, there's going to be a time and a place for everything. But what I get by that is there's proper timing. So you're waiting for something to come right on time. You're waiting for something that is going to make much more sense to you. So if you've been struggling with this, it does feel like you're finally to the point where you want something to work out for you. You want something to be the way it should be. A lot of you have had disappointments, yes, that you've been struggling with in a situation. But I do feel like this is going to finally work itself out. I feel like a lot of you have disappointment where relationships are concerned, or you're feeling like, something definitely didn't go your way. But I feel like things are going to change where that's concerned. I don't feel like you're going to have to worry much longer about doing things your own way, doing them simultaneously, or doing them without your partner, because I really feel like you and your partner are going to find a way to make something work, okay? I definitely feel like you and your partner are going to find a way to make something work, and it will. For some of you who definitely walked away because you don't want something to work, or it was obvious that your partner made another choice, maybe they walked away from you and left you kind of out in the cold, that's a different type of choice and situation. But I also feel like the situation that still worries you, or the problem about the situation, meaning you're still looking at yourself as if you did something wrong, Taurus, in this relationship, and you did not. I'm also hearing that a lot of Tauruses are afraid to venture out to something new, are afraid or waiting for somebody to come back. But do you really want that person back? I think a lot of Tauruses need to take a second look or second guess. Okay? Now, talking about your home environment, Tauruses, there seems like there's going to be something that you need to address, and it might be in a basement area for some of you. Some of you may be having to address plumbing or electrical problems, and that's coming up very strong for Tauruses. I also feel like, Tauruses, you may have somebody coming to stay with you for a while. So this could be an in-law. This could be a child coming home to visit. This could be somebody coming for an event or a wedding. It also could be somebody coming for something to do with sports or entertainment, music. But whatever this is, it feels like somebody's coming towards you to visit for some of you. For some of you, I feel like you have definitely written something off. Again, you've written something off, or you paid something off. So some of you may have had a debt that you were dealing with, and you finally got it to the point where it is now paid off, and I think that's a good thing. I also feel like some of you Tauruses are going to make a purchase. Yes, you're going to make a purchase, and this purchase feels more like a home. So it feels like some of you already have the vehicle pretty good, pretty new, probably 2 to 3 years old, and now you're going to try to get that home. And I feel like you may be trying to do this with somebody, so I don't feel like you're trying to do this solo. I don't feel like you're trying to do this all by yourself. It does feel like you're trying to get help with this, or have somebody assist you with this. But I do feel like it will work out in your best interest. I don't feel like you have anything to worry about there. I also feel like, Tauruses, for the meantime, there's going to be some kind of change that goes on, and there's also going to be some good news that gets sent your way. If you're just looking, I'm just trying to straighten up my kitchen. I just got done cooking my dinner. Anyway, so it does feel like you are going to try to make some changes, try to get something to go more your way. Something had been maybe interfering with you for quite some time, or someone may have been causing you a lot of worry or deception, but I don't feel like that's going to last long. It feels like the air is finally going to be cleared somehow, some way. So be patient with that, but I do feel like somehow, some way, the air is going to be cleared, and that is going to make you feel so much better about a situation. It feels like a lot of you spent a lot of time worrying about something that was just not really needed, or there was no need to do all that worrying, because it didn't benefit you any way, shape, or form. It did not benefit you. It also feels like there should be something coming up that has to do with behavior. Something may be coming up that has to do with scholarships, something that has to come up with funding. So whoever that is that's dealing with all that stuff, it feels like something's definitely going to be very strong for you about scholarships, about funding, about finance, about getting things taken care of. There's definitely going to be an opportunity here where you're going to find yourself in a situation trying to make some really tough choices. I feel like, Taurus, you're going to allow yourself the freedom to say yes or no. You're also going to be the one who's going to make the decision on whether or not you want to allow somebody to come back. Somebody's really going to have to work hard, because I feel like Tauruses are moving forward very strongly, especially in the month of February. You're not going to allow anybody to create hardship or create changes or create a dysfunction for you, because it feels like it's all about finding the smooth flow now, because you're not wanting to allow anybody to interrupt what you're doing anymore. You're not going to allow anybody to steal your happiness or your joy even. I do feel like Tauruses are at the end of their rope when it comes to having patience or dealing with somebody. It also feels like you're just not going to say yes anymore. I feel like, you see that show, Always Saying, say yes to the dress or whatever. I don't think you're going to do that anymore. So I do feel like, Taurus, for the month of February, things are going to be sorted out. I feel like things are kind of all over, and that's kind of why your message sounds like this, because I feel like your energies are worrying. I feel like you're in many different places. It feels like you're doing a lot of different things right now, and it feels like maybe you're not quite sure in the direction that you need to go. But Taurus, I'm telling you, you will figure this out. You're going to get a lot of clarity that comes in the month of February, but my main message for Taurus will be to, if you're single right now, stay single. Don't try, just because Valentine's Day's coming or whatever, to get yourself into a relationship for this month of February. Don't push nothing. Allow what comes naturally, fine, but don't push something. Also, for those of you who are in a relationship with Tauruses, for the month of February, just kind of hold tight. Maintain yourself. Don't ask for nothing. Don't stretch for nothing. And you'll be quite surprised with what comes towards you, or the offers that get made to you in the month of February. For some of you, you may have just been starting out in this relationship. Something may be brand new. Don't put too many expectations on Valentine's Day, because I don't want you to get disappointed. Again, this is just a first Valentine's Day, so somebody might be taking it a little bit slower than what you anticipated. They're not going to jump right in. If you've only been dating for a couple months, they're probably not going to jump right in with a diamond and say, let's get engaged. So don't expect that. There may be one or two of you, but that's about it. It's not going to be a whole lot of people doing that. Somebody's taking their time, okay? So where that's said, I'm just going to say this is Taurus for February. There is more to come, and we'll see what's next.